bit of playing during the sound check, and now they're going to give us a nice solid hour of some fabulous Irish tunes. Before I officially introduce them, I want to also let you know that there is some non-alcoholic bubbly coming around, and 15 or 20 minutes into this Irish set, we'll pause and have a toast to good health in the new year. So when you do get your bubbly, if you could just hold on to that and refrain from drinking it until we have time for our toast, I think that will be fun. And now, as you know, for our Music on the Hill program, we like to bring in a wide variety of musicians, from classical to jazz to folk music to music from around the globe. And tonight we will be featuring these wonderful Irish musicians we have here. Jesse Langen, who I've known for approximately 30-something years on guitar. Jesse's brother, Tim Langen, on fiddle. And then we have, these brothers are joining with the two Conneely sisters, Pauline and Kathleen. And they play a lot together around Chicago. But in fact, for our concert this evening, they officially named themselves the Langen-Conneely Quartet. So I feel a lot of pride on that. And with that, please do help me with some raucous applause. Welcome the Langen-Conneely Quartet.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Y'all got me now?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having us. That was a set of reels that I think these reels are all either from County Clare or connected to County Clare. Maids in the Meadow, the West Clare Railway, which is a junior Korean tune, is that right? And Humors of Carriga Holt.
All the Irish tunes have names. Sometimes they're named after the person that you associate the tune with and that you heard playing it. Sometimes they're written by a person, so you might call it after them. Junior Crean, for example, came from West Clare in the west of Ireland, and he wrote the middle tune when there used to be a railway that ran to the west of Ireland, but not anymore.
And there are tunes with names like Floating Crowbar, where you just supply the story yourself.
Maybe the most mysterious one is Tell Her I Am.
Actually, there's a better one than that. There's a tune called I Buried My Wife and I Danced on My Grave. Who composed that? It's a terrible name, it really is.
I think a lot of it was done for delirium, just for fun and,
The names don't really mean anything, and it'll be something like that, like, I robbed the bank and I got away with it, or John Kelly's. Anyway, now we're going to play a few jigs. Queen of the Fair, Return to Burton Road, which is also Richie Dwyer's, is that right? So, I think this guy, Richie Dwyer, wrote this tune. Got his brother made it famous. And Maureen's Fancy, which is a newish tune, or new to us anyway, that Kathleen came up with. Anyway, some jigs. So, I'm around professional musicians who don't play Irish music all the time. Can you tell when we switched tunes? Could you tell that that was 3 different tunes? Like pro players, jazz players, classical players will tell me, was that one thing? Was that 3 things?
A section, B section.
Yeah, if you grew up with this stuff, it's like, no, that tune is totally different than that one, even if they're the same key and they start on the same note and they're the same rhythm and everything. Anyway, I promise that was 3 different tunes that we played 6 tunes so far. We did a show anybody know Martyrs in Chicago? Martyrs on Lincoln, live music bar. We did a show there last night, and we're trying to make ourselves not do exactly the same show tonight. So forgive us as we argue here on stage.
Looks like Jesse won.
Yes.
So Pauline and I are going to play 3 reels now. And what's that? So the first one, for those of you keeping score, is called The Yellow Tinker. The second one is Fisherman's Island. The second and third tunes were composed by a guy called Ed Reed. So I think sometimes people think of folk music or traditional music as kind of just reaching into prehistory and everything's 1,000 years old or something. But people are always composing new tunes. And so these are some of our favorite things.
Okay, we're going to play 3 tunes. So if you by chance think they just changed it into a tune, go, woo! Whatever you do, please don't clap when you play because it puts us right off. Just don't clap. Just my humour, sorry. Really don't. Okay, I've got a new knock series of jokes. You start. Who's there?
Langen-Conneely, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry about that, funny.
and a supportive community of friends and family. Here's to
Cheers.
Thank you, Kirsten.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Let's just say hello to everybody. All right.
We lose two.
Welcome.
Yeah.
No worries.
So glad there is a live stream. Hope everyone's having a great time. There's a comment. I said so live.
It's Andrew.
So, play and air. What we usually mean in Irish music when we say air is the melody of a song that is sort of rhythmically free, it doesn't have rhythm the way you normally think of it. And so when you play an air, usually you're playing the melody of a song on an instrument, and you're embellishing that melody sort of freely. This is an air that, as far as I know, doesn't actually have a song to it. It's called Port Nabucchi, which is Tune of the Fairies. Is that right? Tune of the Fairies. The idea is that it's a melody that somebody heard fairies singing, but it's got this bit of melody in it that's like this. And that sounds like this bit of whale song. You hear the whales go like that. So fishermen would hear the whales do that, and they knew it was whales. Except, how do you always know that it's the whales? You know, maybe there's something else out there that also makes that sound. To me, that's a wonderfully musical kind of way of seeing life. You know, that, well, yeah, maybe that thing isn't magical, but maybe it is, and at least if it's in that place that could be magical, it's at least musical. Anyway, so, Port Nabucchi.
Knock dog. Well, I have one, honestly. Yeah, knock knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady who?
I didn't know you could yodel. Little old lady. It makes up for the last one, wasn't it?
Maybe you're a little.
named after a fiddle player about the same age as us, 21. And she comes from Donegal in the north of west of Ireland. Her name is Bree Chopper, great fiddle player. The second one was an old composition of a wonderful musician that emigrated in the 50s to New York from East Galway on the west of Ireland. His name was Martin Mulhare, and he was a great accordion player, and he wrote that tune. He wrote many tunes, the second one, and then the third one was just an old tune that hailed from another region of Ireland called County Sligo and Killarney jig. So they do have a little bit of history to them. That's like
Okay, my very last joke.
Yeah, right.
These two Irish guys go into the local pub and they're celebrating, and they had a couple of pints and they were really happy with themselves. And 2 pints to me and Seamus in the bathroom. And I said, "You seem very happy. What are you celebrating?" And they said, "Oh my gosh, you can't believe, not going to believe this. We bought a puzzle and we did it in 24 hours. And they said, "Well, fair play, but why are you celebrating?" Because on the box it said 3 to 5 years.
So I guess we're mostly basically playing jigs and reels here. Reels go like a train, like chugga 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 chugga. That's the reels. Is there a better way to describe reels? No, that's jigs, yeah.
And wheels are...
So jigs can be rashers and sausage. Rashers is bacon. Irish people. Rashers and sausages are Finnegan or jiggity. And reels are not like that. Reels are like, I think like a train, like chugga. So this is going to be some jigs.
Looks more better when you look at it.
I've never played here before, right?
Well, not for a concert, but you played in worship.
Not where I had a vocal mic.
That is true, Jesse.
So, you know, the word guitar is an Arabic word, and most of the instruments that you know actually came from the Arabs. So there's a dynasty of Arabs. This is in, you know, Baghdad and Cairo. The Abbasids kicked out the Umayyads, but all of them were the most powerful military on earth at that time. So the Umayyads swept all the way across North Africa, conquered everything all the way across North Africa, went up into Spain, went into Sicily, went into parts of southern France, and that's where we get like the violin. That's where we get most of the instruments, you know, that you see in the orchestra. Came from the Arabs, and so this, you know, they invaded. They conquered Spain. I think it's 711, and they don't get kicked out until, is it 1492? They get kicked out. I think it's something like that. 1492. Yeah. Anyway, so you know, violin is an Italian word, but you know, it was originally an Arabic instrument. But guitar is actually an Arabic word. It's Arabic for out of tune. I always love playing in a new town. I joke at least once every.
Do you know there's a guitar man or a guitar player at your front door? They can't find the key, and when they do find it, they don't know when to come in. That's not apply to Jesse, it's just a musical joke. The other joke is, why are there no banjos in Star Trek? Because it's the future.
Or maybe like those flowers, cactus.
You're getting an authentic experience here.
this is Matchmaker, Kitty of Owlart.
Yep.
And the Luck Penny. Does anybody know anything interesting about these tunes? Pauline has a joke.
Now, when you make a deal, especially at the fair, like you're, selling a cow or something like that, then they add 1 penny for luck into whatever the price is. So that's the luck penny.
So Paddy and Seamus are flying to America for the very first time ever, and they've never been on an airplane before, so they're quite, frightened a small bit. But anyway, so they're on the plane and everything's going great, and the next thing the captain says, everyone, fasten your seatbelt and assume crash positions. We're going through a lot of turbulence, I'm not sure how we're going to survive this. And Paddy said, oh my gosh, he said, what's going to happen? And Seamus said, just do your belt tight and sit forward and we'll be fine. And the next thing, the top of the plane whips completely off. And Paddy said, Seamus, if
of reels. Johnny Believe it or not, we got more reels. Don't encourage us, we'll stay all night. Johnny Cronin's Leitrim Rovers and the White Fairy. I want to tell a story about us working together with this Leitrim Rovers tune. We actually have a bit of a rehearsal on recording where this is a tune that Catherine remembered from somewhere, but we're working on it, and we can't, like, she can't remember the last part. She's like, oh, I know, I can dig up, I've got this recording. You know, we're looking for the most interesting tunes we can find. And, you know, this music, for the most, well, a lot of this music, especially the stuff that we're doing here, isn't written down. Sorry, we have another chair coming up. So anyway, but she's got, I know I have a recording from a session of this fiddle player playing this tune. And I had this, like, I hit record, but to record the tune, but I left the thing on. So anyway, there's a recording of, Kathleen pulls out this recording of this other fiddle player. So now there's a recording on the recording. Hits play. And the exact spot that she can't remember the tune, he stops and he can't remember the tune. So,
and this is the recording they sent to me in Missouri to learn the tune.
Yeah, so I'm very sorry to tell you, you're all in the Twilight Zone. You're in the Twilight Zone as soon as you hear the Leitrim Rovers. So anyway, thank you very much for having us. Last set of reels.
Thank you all.
Guitar is actually an Arabic word.
first of all, another round of applause for our amazing. As I mentioned in my very first announcement of the evening, we really strive to keep these concerts free and open to the public. And in order to do so, we accept donations, and the donations keep this concert series running. So thank you to those of you who have made donations to the fund in the past. And there's a box up here and a box in the back if you'd like to make a donation this evening. Also, we fully expect to see you back here on March 1st when we have our final concert of this series, and we welcome the Charles Thomas Jazz Trio. It's a singer, piano, bass trio, and we will certainly have a wonderful refreshment or meal to go with that as well. So stay tuned for all of those details. March 1st here. And finally, I want to just take a brief moment to say thank you to all of our volunteers from this evening's event, and especially to Susan Thies, who has done so much to
The lady in blue.
And I certainly think our final applause for the evening should absolutely go to the Langen-Conneely Quartet. Thank you so much.
And then how do we?
I think that's, yeah.
How many minutes? It was 65 minutes. 80 minutes.